The preparation for this hairstyle is very simple, just a very simple blow dry. This hairstyle is perfect for a client who has very long hair. Coming to the very front, we're going to separate the front area off, put a center parting back to the crown. Now from the crown, slice the hair down to the ear. Take the front hair now and just place this into a section clip to hold. Repeat the process on the opposite side. Now coming into the back area, spray your SP Ultimation hairspray through the hair, and we're going to pull the hair down very flat into the nape of the neck. Pulling the hair very flat onto the neck, I hold it firm and place my hair grips in a crisscross pattern going from one side of the neck to the other. Again, the tension of holding the hair is very important to hold the hair grips tight to the scalp. Now spray the hair lightly, just to hold. Coming through to the very front area now, we're going to release the section clips and place the hair into a parting. We're going to take the parting over onto the right hand side. Just place the side hair out of the way and come through to the top. On the top area, we're going to slice a slight triangular shape through to the center of the face. So that goes from the crown through to the center of the face. Starting now on the left hand here, we're going to pull this back and we're going to place this just down to hold. Coming through to the very top area, we're going to separate the hair out and we're going to hot roller the hair using our Babyliss hot rollers. I find it's better to use the larger hot roller. Two around the top should be more than enough. I find by spraying into the hair before I hot roller does give the hair that little bit extra set and hold. Leaving the hot rollers on the top, we're now going to come around to the right hand side. Pulling the hair all the way back, we're going to take the hair and we're going to twist the hair going towards the back area. Take this down to the grips, and now taking the hair, we're going to simply pin this in and under the hair grip base. As you can see, the hair grip goes in, holds the twist, and goes into the base underneath. We're now going to repeat the same on the opposite side. Twist the hair in towards the center. Taking your hair grip now, we're going to place the hair grip through the twist and up and under the underneath pinned base. Just a little trick here, spray the very end of your brush with hairspray and simply just take your brush down as if you were painting your brush through the hair. This will just tidy up any very fine flyaway pieces that may be around the front. Coming into the back of the hair now, I'm going to use System Professional hair polish. Now this is perfect for helping to separate the hair and to get rid of the flyaway pieces. Taking a little bit onto my hand, massage it through my hand, and now run it through the hair. I'm now going to start to separate the hair, and I'm going to separate the hair into 7 sections. Again, it's very important to make sure that each section is very even with the last. As I'm separating the hair, I just give the hair a very gentle twist. Now, just taking a small amount of hair polish again, I'm going to literally take the hair polish and I'm just going to massage that into each one of these sections. Using my Patrick Cameron long hair section clips, I'm just going to get them ready. I'm going to load my wrist with about 3 or 4 section clips. Taking my section now from the right hand side, I twist the hair and I take it over the first section, under the second, over the third, under the fourth, over the fifth, and under the sixth. Taking this now and placing it up into a section clip to hold. Now coming back to the left hand side, once again we go under and over, then under again, and then over, and finally under once more. Taking that section now and placing this to hold in a section clip, and again threading the hair through. So you're going to go from right to left, and then left to right. We're doing a basic basket weave. As you can see, I completed the right hand side and now I come back to the left hand side. Just section the tails out of the way. Coming down towards the bottom now, I'm running out of sections. I've got 3 left, so I'm taking my right one through, leaving me with 2 sections at the very bottom. Now, coming to the 2 sections at the very bottom, all I do is I crisscross the 2 sections, taking the left one around to the right and the right one around to the left. Now, having got that, I'm going to take my very last section, I'm going to place it in place and just have a look at my pattern to make sure the pattern is nice and even. Having got the pattern correct, now I'm going to take the tails from one side and release them and start to twist them all together. Now as I do this, I do it very gently. So as you can see, I have all the tails together and I'm going to twist these going up. I'm now going to repeat this on the opposite side. So place a section clip now just to keep hold of those and now come to the opposite side. Twist this side. Again, twisting them all together as you can see. Having got those now, I now come over to the opposite side, release the section clips. Now, we're going to twist the hair together and twist the whole thing going up towards the base. Twist the twists together and roll and fold. Having folded the hair up, now we're going to place our section clips on each side of the twists, just so that we can check our shape. As you can see, you get a very intricate twisted chignon at the back. Now coming into the back area, we're going to twist the side and place a hair grip to hold this in place. As you can see, I'm opening the hair grips and I'm pinning the twist in and underneath the front twist. Coming around to the opposite side, I repeat the same manner. Twist the hair around and simply pin this underneath the front twist. Once again, I'm pinning into the base that I created at the nape of the neck in the original sectioning of this hairstyle. Just move the hairstyle around to make sure that the balance is looking correct. Now that the twists are firmly in place, we now need to deal with the tails. Taking the tails now, we're going to twist these tails and tuck the tails in and under the chignon itself. Once again, as I'm pinning these hair grips in, I'm pinning them into the shape of the hair grip base that was underneath the hairstyle. We now do the same on the opposite side. As you can see, we have a very intricate twisted chignon which looks dynamic. Taking a little bit of our Assistant Professional flashlight, once again I spray this just around the chignon base. Using my Patrick Cameron hairbrush, I spray the very tail of the brush and again paint this tail over top of all of the twists. This just seals in any excess flyaway hairs. Coming to the top area now, release the hot rollers. These are going to form a soft wave for the hairstyle. Pick up the top area and just run this through your fingers. I'm going to take a little bit of Assistant Professional polish cream and I'm going to run this around my hands and then massage it through the hot rollered section. Now, once again, to create that final sort of prestige feel, we want to create a little bit of extra glamour. So I'm going to gently, very gently, push the hair into soft waves coming down one side. Just using my fingers, I'm not brushing it to keep it heavy and tight to the head. I'm just keeping it very soft as I pull it all the way down the side of the head. Again, using my section clips to hold the waves in place as I'm positioning. Having got the waves there now, we're now going to spray the waves into place. Diffuser dry the hair after you've sprayed the hair, and this will help hold the waves in place just that little bit firmer. Going around with my flashlight to give the hair that extra gloss, I now need to hair grip very lightly into the waves. But before I do that, I'm going to remove my section clips just to make sure the waves are correctly placed. And now I'm going to start pinning very, very carefully. Taking my hair grip, do not open the grip, and we're going to pin across the grain. This is the underneath grain. So as we put the hair grip in, it goes directly across the head and into the underneath grain. This will hold the hair beautifully in place. It's important to remember that this hair that we're placing is not heavy. It's very light, so it only requires a small amount of gripping. To finish this hairstyle now, we're going to use Patrick Cameron hair accessories, and these are a little pearl with a diamante circle on a screw base. We're going to take this now and basically screw them in by twisting it into the chignon itself. This will grip beautifully into the twisted area. Once again, when accessorizing, always keep it simple. Remember, less is more. The prestige of this hairstyle is just simple glamour. We're going to create a beautiful asymmetric hairstyle. The preparation is very simple, a simple blow dry with a very soft hot roller set. Starting in the hair, I'm going to part the hair from the side. We're going to section the hair from the right hand side. Starting at the temple, using my brush very much like a pen, I run my brush all the way down along the side. I go from the right temple all the way round to the right hand side of the neck. As you can see, I follow the curvature of the head. Taking this section, place it into a section clip to keep it out of the way. Coming up onto the top area, we take a triangular section from the parting up on the crown all the way through to the middle of the face. Now place the hair into a section clip to hold. I'm just going to place this in a large stand-up barrel curl. Starting on the left hand side now, slice out a section of hair once again from the crown right down to the front. Pick up the hair, and we're going to now apply some tension to the hair and twisting the hair over. Twist it all the way back to the crown area. Now this twist will stay always in the same direction. Twisting the hair over, I take the hair from the back and place the hair under and over, twisting very, very firm into the scalp, holding the hair with my left hand and twisting with my right. Twist far enough so that the hair will travel all the way towards the front. Still twisting in the same direction, take the front hair over and under. Holding the tension with my left hand, twist the hair out with my right. Again, twisting the hair long enough to travel back to where we started. Holding the hair as I pull it over, let the twist figure eight on itself all the way back to where we started. As you can see with this top view, we get a beautiful figure eight section. Again, taking the hair from the back, take the hair under and over. So the hair at the back goes under and over, and the hair at the front goes over and under. Twist once again the right distance and bring it back towards the front. Once again at the front, take the hair from the front and take this over and under, twisting it very firm to the crown to keep the tension. We're now going to repeat this process all the way down to the neck. One of the most important things about this hairstyle is to keep the tension even. So as you're twisting, as you add each section in, make sure that the tension is tight to the scalp. As you let go of the hair later on, you will find that the hairstyle will loosen. As we come down to the bottom of the neck, you'll notice that the crisscrosses basically become very small. Now taking our hair grip, just place this in to hold, opening the hair grip, come to the side of the twist and the side of the scalp hair and place the hair grip straight up and under. 2 hair grips should hold this securely. Again, opening the hair grip, take a little bit of the twist and a little bit of the underneath hair and place up. Any excess pieces that may be sticking out from the twist is no problem. Simply spray the hair using my SP automation and taking my brush now and tucking the tails in along the twist. As you can see, we have figure eights travelling down the left hand side of the head. Just spray now and tidy up around the hairline. Moving around to the right hand side, we're going to pick up the right hand hair and we're going to brush this around once again on an asymmetric. We're going to use this piece to cover over the sections from the twist. Bringing this hair all the way around to where we were working, we're going to hold this hair in place by laying my hand flat beside the twisted area. Now as we pin, we place our hair grips in, crisscross the hair grips as you go, and make sure that you pin beside the twisted base, not on top of and not underneath. But beside will give you this beautiful finish on the right hand side. Now take this section and split this section into two. We're going to twist this area, but before we do, we're going to place a little bit of System Professional Ends Express through my hands. I rub it through my hands, and now I'm going to take it onto the twisted area. This just helps sort of take away the flyaway pieces. Now, twist the hair, and it doesn't matter if you twist it under or over, twist it very tight. Now let the hair figure eight on itself and lay it over the pinning area. Taking our hair grips, do not open the hair grip, but use the hair grip as a pin. Simply place it into the twist and underneath the clipped base. Taking the next section, add this in as well, twisting it together with the tails of the previous section. Put a little bit of hairspray on and again twist it tight and let the hair figure eight back on itself to cover over the hair grip base. This is going to give our hairstyle the wow factor. Now taking the tails of that twist, add it into the tails of the twist that is below. Twist them together and once again use this twist as decoration. Just place it to wherever you think it looks the best. I'm going to place it along the side of the twist. You can see as I twist, I almost screw the hair in so that we get these lovely little figure eights. Again, don't open your hair grip, place it into the twist and hook it under and then through the hair grip base. Taking the final pieces, just place these now and tuck them back under the original twist. Having got that in place now, we now just start to move the twists around a little bit, just to sort of start to get them placed. And again, using my hair grips as a pin. As you can see, by adding the right hand side in, we now have a very lush, beautiful looking back area. I think now the left hand side flows seamlessly through to the right hand side. You'll find by not opening the hair grips disappear beautifully inside the hairstyle and still give us that firmness of hold. Coming through to the front area, I'm going to use my Patrick Cameron section clips, and we're going to use these section clips to place the hair from the very front area. We're simply going to place the hair into a very soft wave around the front. These section clips are perfectly designed for long hair. They're light and easy to use, and you'll find that they pin into the hair very easily. Using the tail of my brush now, just tuck the tails into the twisted area. We're getting a little bit of that 40s glamour with the waves at the very, very front. Using a little bit of flashlight now, I'm going to spray this through the hair. The SP flashlight just gives the hair that extra shine and shimmer. Having placed the hair, now just start to remove the section clips. Coming into the hair accessories now, we're going to use the Patrick Cameron hair accessories that just screw into the hair. As you can see, as you place them in, they literally just twist into the hair itself. They have a spiral twist on them, which make them perfect for accessorizing very small flat hairstyles like this. Literally by twisting them in, make them hold beautifully. I find with hair accessories, it's better just to keep it simple. So I'm going to place 5 accessories through the hair just to give it that sort of extra touch of glamour. The preparation for this hairstyle is a simple blow dry. Taking the very top area, we're going to section out of the top area a large rectangular section. All the way back to the crown, we go from the front of the head, back to the crown, and then back to the front of the head again. This rectangular section is roughly around about 4 to 5 centimeters wide. Take the front area and just get your client to hold the hair section. You'll find by her holding it, it'll keep the tension well away from the parting area. Bringing the back of the hair now back up, we're going to place this into a ponytail below the crown. Taking our Patrick Cameron hair elastic with our 2 hair grips, take your first hair grip, do not open it, place it straight in and under your hand. Taking the elastic all the way around, pull the stretch on the elastic and pull it around very tight. Taking your last hair grip, again do not open, and place this in and under the elastic. Having completed the ponytail, you can now see that the ponytail sits roughly 2 to 3 centimeters away from the back of the crown. Now coming to the very top area, we're going to section out the top and place hot rollers through the very top area. I'm going to use the medium hot rollers from the Babyliss collection. Coming to the very back, which is the longest section, I'm going to place a large red hot roller onto the back area. As I've hot rolled the hair, I come around to the very front, and it's always a good tip just to turn the pin back around the opposite way, just in case the pin is digging into the client's front area. Having hot rolled the hair, I left them in for roughly about 5 minutes. I take them out now and just literally pull all of the hair up, and we're going to place this into just a big stand-up barrel curl. This will just keep the hair out of the way while we're working on the back area. Now coming into the back area, we're going to create a back shape. Using a Patrick Cameron hair pad, I'm going to lay this on top of the hair. Now as I lay it on top of the hair, I roll the pad coming forward. I now take my hair grips and I go directly across the pad along the crown parting. Taking one on one side and then taking another hair grip on the opposite side. Now it's important to remember, when I was placing the hair pad, I rolled the hair pad coming forward. From the ponytail base, you can see underneath we now have the hair pad perfectly placed. Now create the shape of the hair pad by pushing the sides in, creating a nice curvature to the hair shape. The shape you're wanting to create is very much a half moon shape, like a crescent shape. Having got that now, we're now going to massage the hair gently over the hair pad to cover the pad. What I do is I work side to side, just pulling the hair over to start off with, and then I will go back and start brushing the hair to tidy it up. As you're working now, just make sure that you've covered the hair pad evenly. This shape is an important shape. This is going to be the underneath base for the rest of the hairstyle. Again, make sure that you tuck all of the hair pad underneath the hair. Moving through to the front section now, I zigzag the base, and behind the section I now start to backcomb lightly. By zigzagging each section, it means that the backcombing is interlocked. Taking our brush, put our brush on a slight 45-degree angle and push down. Again, it's very important to make sure that the backcombing you're creating isn't too dense. You want something that's quite easy to brush out. I find by using a little Patrick Cameron hairbrush, it works perfectly. Now start to spray the hair once you've backcombed and start brushing back gently. By dragging your brush through the backcombing very lightly on the top layers gives you a beautiful finish. Remember, if you brush lightly, you can brush many times. If you brush very heavily and pull a lot of the backcombing out, then you'll find you will have to re-backcomb almost immediately when it starts to collapse. You can see now as I'm brushing the hair back, I hold my hand in a half moon shape. This helps the hair stay in place. This hairstyle for me is really all about elegance. This hairstyle is absolutely timeless and has a true Vogue feel about it. We're creating almost a Mohican shape on the very top of the head. Again, you can see my hand slowly coming back through from the front to the bouffant. Now, taking our section clips, we're going to place our section clips just on top of the bouffant, almost as if we were creating a gateway for the hair to pass through. Now gently hold the hair on top and now start to splay the hair out over the bouffant shape at the back. Just very gently brush down to get the grains looking beautiful. Now taking a hair grip, come into the very back of the bouffant and place the hair grip across on a 45-degree angle. Bringing the hair now around from the opposite side, bring it down and make a beautiful shape around the bouffant that's underneath, gently holding it with your opposite hand. Using our brush now, taking the tails and tuck the tails in and under the bouffant area. I find by working with section clips, it helps very much to make sure that the hair is holding perfectly before I put my final hair grips into the hairstyle. Now taking my hair grips, I'm going to use the hair pad that's underneath as a pinning base. So taking my grips now, not opening them, I'm sticking them straight in as if they were hair pins. With the tails there now, just create to finish. I'm going to swirl the hair around, again keeping it very simple. I think this hairstyle really is the ultimate in red carpet glamour. A small amount of SP flashlight will just give the extra gloss that's required for a hairstyle like this. For our hairstyle, it's been prepared with a simple blow dry and once again a soft hot roller set. We're going to create a real 40s glamour style. Starting with the sectioning now, we're going to go from the very front all the way back to the crown. Going now from the ear all the way up to the crown to section out the side. And we're going to repeat the same on the opposite side. Just slice down from the crown to the ear. Taking the front hair now, twisting the front hair out of the way like so. Just let the client hold this. The back hair we're just going to roll out of the way for the time being. I'm going to place it up into a large barrel curl and place my section clips to hold. Coming back to the front area now, we're now going to slice out from temple back to the crown and the same on the opposite side, giving us a very large rectangular shape on top. Brushing the hair back now, I'm going to place a ponytail up towards the crown, just in front of my parting area. Taking my Patrick Cameron hair elastic, take our first hair grip, hold the hair ponytail very tight with your hand and place the hair grip straight in and under your hand. Do not open the hair grip as you do this. Go all the way around with our elastic, around and around until the stretch of the elastic is tight. Taking our last hair grip now, place our last hair grip in and under the elastic. Taking a large hairband, I'm going to place this around the ponytail, just loosely, like so. Now pin the hairband in front of the ponytail so that the band doesn't pull out. Now bringing the ponytail all the way to the very front, we're going to brush this forward. Taking a Patrick Cameron hair pad now, we're just going to roll this through our hands to make sure that the shape is round. Taking the hair pad, we're going to use this to pad the hair around the front. I'm going to pull the ponytail forward. Placing the pad underneath, I take the tails of this hair and I tuck the tails around very firmly. I pull lightly at it just to make sure that the hair is nice and tight around the pad. Roll the pad forward and place the pad onto the forehead. Taking our hair grip now, pin the pad behind onto the scalp hair behind, going directly across. Repeat the same on the opposite side, so that the two hair grips underneath crisscross with each other. Having got this hair now, we're now going to pull either side of the hair pad around to form a round shape at the front. To do this, we simply pull both sides around at the same time and squeeze them together, as you can see with my hand, with my thumb and my finger, creating again almost like a croissant shape. Now pin this into hold. The shape of this is very important to make sure that the hairstyle sits well. Having achieved that now, we're now going to splay the hair out gently around the roll. As I do this, I gently fan the hair around the roll itself. Pull gently with your brush to create the shape that you want. Now I'm going to pin on the very top area so that you can see that the hair comes from a fan shape on the top. As you can see, the hair from the ponytail itself is quite narrow, goes to the top of the hair pad and fans out as it hits the hair pad. This is very important because it will make the hair hold much firmer if you create that shape. Now coming through to the back area, we're going to brush the back area down. Using our hairband, pull the hairband right down and scoop up the back hair. Pulling the hair through the band, tucking the tails under, and then pull the hair around to create a fanned base. Now scoop the hair around to create a roll, place a section clip just to hold. Having got the balance of the hair in place, now take your hair grips and pin this into place. Again, taking your hair grips, just make sure that you pin this firmly in place. Come down from inside the roll, not from the outside of the roll. Now moving forward to the front area, we're going to pull the front area up a little bit like a ribbon, brush it nice and wide, and we're going to spray the hair and bring the hair up and over the ponytail on a 45-degree angle. Now swirl the hair around to fill in on the opposite side where the hair pad is exposed. As you can see there, we have almost an S shape coming around. Do the same on the opposite side now. Come from behind the ponytail, brush the hair up, bring the hair all the way around in almost an S shape and bring it back to the front. Have your section clips ready to hold. As you can see, we get a beautiful crisscross on the top of the hair. Having got that there now, we're now going to use the tails to decorate the final edge of the hair pad. Using these tails, we're going to literally fill in where the hair pad is still exposed. We're going to repeat this technique on each side. So on this side here now, we literally tuck the hair in and we start to place the hair in to hold. Spray lightly as you go. As I'm doing this now, you can see I'm swirling the hair around to give us that sort of 40s feel. This technique is used to repeat on the opposite side. As you can see, we're really closing in the edge, taking our hair grips, using the hair pad as a pinning base, as a pin cushion, we simply just place the hair grips in. This will hold it nice and firm. We've completed both sides now, and now we start to just tidy up the hair to finish off. Using a little bit of System Professional flashlight, we'll just give the hair a little bit of extra gloss. To finish the hairstyle beautifully now, we're just going to simply tack in and pin any excess areas that need a little bit of extra hold. Using our Patrick Cameron hair accessories, I'm going to place these in literally around the front area and into the little conical shapes that we've created around the fringe area. Coming into the back area, I'm going to use the same hair accessory, but instead on a pin base, we're going to use it on a screw base. As you can see, we're just going to take these now and screw them literally onto the scalp. Just twisting them round and round and round will help hold into the hair. Having finished this hairstyle now, the prestige of this hairstyle is true 40s glamour. The preparation for the beginning of this hairstyle was a very simple blow dry and a large roller, hot roller set. Coming to the very front of the hair, we're going to go to the right hand side, starting on the right hand temple, slice the hair all the way back to the crown. Now from the right hand side of the crown, slice the hair all the way down to on top of the ear on the left hand side. We're going to brush the front hair now and pull this hair up into a high section. Holding the hair now out of the way, we now just check the sections once again. The right hand side back to the crown, from the crown all the way down to the top of the ear. We're going to create a ponytail on the top area. Using a Patrick Cameron hair elastic, we place 2 hair grips through both loops. Brushing the hair very high and holding the tension very firm, we take our first hair grip. Now do not open the grip and place the hair grip straight in and under your hand. Taking the elastic now around and under, pull the elastic very firm. Go around and around until you run out of stretch with the elastic. Having run out of stretch now, take the second hair grip, again do not open, and place the second grip in and under the elastic. This will give us a nice firm ponytail for the top part of the hair. Now brushing the remainder of the hair, pull all of the hair towards the back. We're going to brush the hair over to the left hand side. Taking the hair now, we're going to take the hair and we're going to twist the hair towards the left hand side, creating almost a pleat effect. Taking our hair grip now, open the hair grip and come down inside the pleat, literally pushing the hair grip straight down, taking a small amount of the pleat and a small amount of the underneath hair. I find 2 hair grips should hold this firmly. Having got that now, smooth off and just check to make sure you're happy with the result. I'm now going to take the pleat and just massage it slightly higher so that we lift it up past the parted area. Now the tails we're going to deal with later, so just lay the tails down to keep them out of the way. Coming up into the top area, brush the ponytail. We're going to split the hair into 6 even sections. It's very important that when you're working with hair to keep the sections very even. I find by splitting the hair before I start working on the finished style, I find it just enables me to keep control on the sections that I'm working on. I find by having a little bit of extra preparation in the hairstyle enables me to control what I'm going to create. As you can see now, we've divided the hair evenly into our 6 sections. Starting on our first section, I'm going to spray the section wide, like so. Just literally spray the hair and then place the hair around in a stand-up barrel curl. Taking our hair grip, open the hair grip and go directly across the curl. Taking our next section, we're going to repeat the process once again. Taking the hair, brush it nice and wide, spray the hair, and once again we're going to barrel curl the hair. Now as I barrel curl, I make sure that this barrel curl goes in on a different angle. Taking our hair grip now, once again we slice underneath the barrel curl and just pin across the underneath area. Leave the tails out for the moment. Repeating this process over and over again will give us a very barrel curled effect on the top. Again, each of these curls in different angles. As I come towards the back of these sections, I now start to place the curls on top of the ones that I've already done. Take your hair grip and join it to the curl underneath. As you can see, as I've barrel curled each of the sections, I've left the tails free. Now we start to place the tails around where you'd like to see them placed. I'm going to place them into loose swirls around on top of the curls. We're going for a real 40s glamour, so again the feeling on the hair is very much sort of slightly asymmetric and placed very loosely on the top. Now we come through to the back area. Again, the back area we're going to divide into sections. Having created 5 sections, I'm going to simply pin the sections out of the way. We're going to use these sections to start blending the front area back into the back area. So again, the same process, placing large barrel curls on different angles, we pin this to the front area. Leave the tails free. So first of all, it's one barrel curl and then a free tail. We're going to work with these tails a little bit later on. As you can see, my barrel curls are quite large. To get a better proportion of your hairstyle, it's always important to stack your barrel curls on top of previous curls. I find this hairstyle is a very easy hairstyle to create because you're only creating one curl at a time. The tails themselves are going to be used for final decoration. Using our Patrick Cameron section clips now, we place these in to start holding the hair so that we get a beautiful placement with all of the tails. Spray lightly as you're working. You'll notice that as I spray very lightly, but often with lots of bursts at the hair. What you don't want to do is overspray the hair and make it very hard for placement. For extra hold, I'm going to use my diffuser. I spray into the hair and then I use my diffuser. I put it on a low speed and a high heat. Now by spraying into the hair and diffusering it at the same time gives the hair that extra hold. Now using a little bit of flashlight just to give it a little bit more shine, I place my SP flashlight around the base. Using my Patrick Cameron hair accessories, I'm going to use very simple pinned diamantes to place into the hair. Again, this just adds that little bit of extra sparkle to the hair and gives us that real feeling of that 1940s glamour. Be careful not to over-accessorize the hair. I find by placing just a few in really does give the hairstyle again that wow factor that you're wanting. For our hairstyle, we're going to create a beautiful half up and half down style. The preparation for this was a simple blow dry with a very soft hot roller set. We're going to section the hair from front to back, starting first of all from the very center parting, right back to the crown, from the crown area all the way down to the ear. Using your brush a little bit like a pen, place your brush on the scalp from the crown and simply slice the brush tail all the way down to the ear. This will give you an unbroken line and a very neat section. Twist the hair and give this to the client to hold on to. This will give the hair a nice tension and pull it away from the parting. Again, repeat this on the opposite side. Once again, take the front, twist the front, and just let the client hold this. The tension will pull the hair from the front away from the parting. Come to the back area now, and we're just going to get rid of the back area for a second and just basically tuck it away. The back area I'm just going to place into a large stand-up barrel curl. Place your Patrick Cameron section clips in there just to hold the hair in place. Now that we have the back section away, let's come to the front area. We're going to take a large rectangular shape, coming back from the crown area on either side, like so. Once again, this is not a triangular shape, this is a large rectangular shape. Now section the side pieces so that they don't get in the way. Now coming onto the top area, we're going to brush this all the way back, past the parting area. Spray lightly into the hair just to neaten the hair off and pull it all the way back. As you can see, the hair's brushed right past the parting. I take my hand and lay my hand flat onto the scalp, once again past the parting. Using my hair grips now, I place my hair grips across the top in a crisscross pattern. So this pattern goes slightly behind the crown area. We're now going to brush the hair out. We're going to place a small end elastic halfway down the hair. First of all, I place the elastic quite a way up and I slowly start to pull the elastic down. I'm gauging the distance that I'm taking it from where the hair grip base is and the end of the hair. So I want it halfway between. Now with the tails of the hair, I'm going to backcomb gently to create almost a backcombed ball. This is going to form the base of the hairstyle and act as a hair pad. Taking the hair now, roll the hair forward, taking the ball under. Rolling it forward all the way through, place all the backcombing under. Come around to the front now, taking the hair, take your hair grip and pin your hair grip across the elasticated area. Now this is the beginning of the base area. You can see the backcombing is out either sides, and as I turn her around, you'll notice because I pinned past the parting area, we can't see the parting at the back. Spray gently into the backcombed area, twist it around, and now place this back in and under the shape. Literally stuffing the pieces in. Now pull this around and start to fan the hair out to give us a beautiful bouffant. Taking our hair grips, do not open the grips, just place the grips straight in and into the pinning base. Start to smooth it out and gently fix the hair up. Come around to the opposite side and again just place the backcombing in and under. Pull the hair gently over the backcombing, giving us our beautiful bouffanted shape. Just lifting the shape out with the tail of your brush if you want to get the shape a little bit more even. As you can see, it's a very much a croissant shape at the very, very back. Now coming around to the side of the hair, we're going to brush the side of the hair back on a 45-degree angle. And we're going to take the side up and over the shape you've created. Spray gently in the hair and start to pull the hair around as if the hair was almost like a ribbon. Placing your hand to hold as you take it over, take it up and over. So we're going from the right hand side all the way over to the left hand side. Now to hold this, we're going to grip this in. So place the hair down and place your section clip in to hold before you start. As you can see there now, all the hair comes around from the right all the way around over to the left on a 45-degree angle. Coming in front of the shape, we're now going to grip it to hold. Doing the same on the opposite side, bring the left hand side now around on a 45-degree angle, brush the hair like a ribbon, hold the hair and crisscross it over to the opposite side. As you can see now, we have a beautiful crisscross area at the back. Once again, come up onto the top area and grip the hair into place. As you can see from this top view, we now have the hair grips right in front of the shape. Now simply crisscross the tails off, which will give us a beautiful top area to finish with. With the tails of the hair now, we're simply going to place these into the final decoration. When working with something so simple, it's very important to keep the finished result very simple as well. Again, to not see the hair grips, I do not open the hair grip and I place the hair grip straight in as if it was a pin. Again, coming around to the opposite side, again I just place the hair wherever I think it looks best. I'm just going to tuck it under my brush and then just take the tails back over. Keeping the design very simple. As you can see now, we have a beautiful bouffant at the very, very front area, which is really a beautiful start for a half up, half down. Through the back area now, I'm going to basically use my Babyliss ceramic hot tongs just to give the hair a very soft, curled effect. This hairstyle, once completed, really does have that red carpet glamour. The preparation for this hairstyle was just a simple blow dry. We're going to brush all of the hair up into a high ponytail. When brushing a high ponytail, it's important to have a good technique. This is what you must not do. Lots of short brushings. By doing short brushings, what's happening is you're creating knots at the base of the ponytail. What you want to do is have very long brushings. So I start with the hair down and I brush my brush through on a very long brushing effect, slowly massaging the hair all the way up to where I want it. As you can see, there's no tension on the hair, and slowly, bit by bit, I just massage and brush all the way up. Now you can see all the hair is where I want it, and it only took a matter of seconds to get the hair up to where it should be. Having the hair up there now, I now come around to the front, tidy up the front area, and now I start to close my hand in to get the hair just a little bit tighter. Having got this hair, before I place the ponytail in, I want to come around to the very front area and I want to create a very soft fringing effect. And to do this, I have a special technique. Coming to the front area now, place the brush on a 90-degree angle. Pull the brush down through the roots of the hair at the very front. This will give you a very soft, woven, diffused section. So often when you're leaving soft pieces out around the front, you get a hard line. Using this technique, the line is very, very blended. Taking the remainder of the hair now, we're now going to pull this up into our high ponytail on the crown. Holding the tension very firm with your hand, place the hair now into our elastic, taking our Patrick Cameron hair elastic with 2 hair grips on. Place your first hair grip in and under your hand. Pulling the elastic around now, pull the elastic around until the stretch is very tight. Come round and round until you run out of stretch. Taking the last hair grip now, take this and place this back under the elastic. Having got that, just come to the front and just start to drape the front however you would like it to sit. As you can see now, we've got a beautiful front area, very, very soft. Now coming to the top area, I'm going to get my client to hold the ponytail. I'm going to take 2 Patrick Cameron hair pads. Our first hair pad, we're going to simply place this to the very front of the ponytail. Hooking this around, we're going to place this with our hair grips into place. Coming in with our second hair pad now, we come in from behind and we join this in with the first hair pad. We're going to create quite a large shape for this hairstyle, so using the hair pads is a great idea. They're very, very light and very easy for the client to wear. Of course, if you don't want a hair pad or you don't want the hair so big, you do not have to use the hair pads and you could perhaps just use your own natural hair for this hairstyle. Indeed, if you don't have long enough hair, you could put a hairpiece in around the ponytail and continue on as we're going to do now. Taking a section from the hair, we're going to take this section and we're going to twist this section around loosely like so. Pull at the twist to create a very soft curl. Come to the very end and take a very fine thread of hair, hold the thread and push the curl back up towards the head. This technique is called ruching, and we're literally ruching the hair back up onto the hair pad. Take another section now, and we're going to leave a section out, just a very fine section of hair, and we're going to leave this down. Coming back in again, let's start taking our next section. Again, twist, come back in and pull gently at the hair. Holding the ends of the hair, take a fine strand, hold the fine strand and push the hair back up and then place it back on top of the hair pad. Taking our hair grips, do not open the grips and just place the grips straight into the hair pad as if the hair pad was a pin cushion. Once again, I'm going to leave a little bit of hair out without having to curl it. Come into the next section and again repeat the process of twisting, pulling, ruching and placing. What I quite often do is I may do 2 or 3 twists to perhaps one piece that's left out. I find that's always quite a good formula to make this hairstyle work well. As you can see, we get a very beautiful, almost soft diffusion of curl on top of the hair pads. The great thing about this hairstyle is there's absolutely no backcombing required, so it makes it very easy for the client to remove it at the end of the evening. Just keep on adding your sections on top so that the overall shape of the hairstyle is pleasing to the eye. Having created all the texture now, just go around all the pieces that you've left out and just give them a gentle brushing. There's the underneath texture and there are the tails left down. Again, the amount of tails that you leave down is totally up to your discretion. Now, taking the tails, we're going to separate the tails off into lots of fine sections. With these fine sections, I'm going to drape them very loosely over top of the structure that you have created. Now this is very important, very loosely. What you're wanting to do is you're wanting the outside of this texture to have almost a ball of string effect, so that gravity is really taking over and creating this beautiful kind of ball of string shape. The draping of all these pieces is totally up to your own artistic eye. I myself like to drape them in quite a fine fashion so that the whole thing starts to look very textured. I find by keeping each of the strands quite fine, then it stays in place beautifully. As I drape each strand, I spray each strand. So you would go drape, spray, drape, spray. That way, each piece stays beautifully in place. And when I say draping, I really do mean draping, because you're really not placing it. You're just putting it over very softly as if it was a piece of fabric. As you can see now, this hairstyle has got quite a dynamic texture and a dynamic shape. Having created all the hairstyle now, we're now going to go through and spray through quite heavily. Having sprayed the hair, we're then going to take our diffuser and diffuser dry the hair very quickly. We're going to spray and diffuser dry, high heat, slow speed. Having created this now, I'm sure you'll agree with me that this hairstyle would cause quite a storm on the red carpet. The preparation for this hairstyle was very easy. On the top I've done a very large rectangular section back to the crown, and in that section I've placed 4 large hot rollers. On the top area now I'm going to simply place this whole area into a large stand-up barrel curl. This section is roughly around about 4 centimeters wide all the way back to the crown. Taking the remainder of the hair, we brush the remainder up into a high ponytail. Now this ponytail is going to be above the occipital, below the crown. Taking a Patrick Cameron hair elastic, put the first hair grip in and under your hand. Do not open the hair grip. Bring the elastic all the way around and take the last hair grip now and place this back under the elastic. Now I'm going to use a hairpiece in the hair. If you wanted to, you could use just the hair that she has there, but to give it the extra wow factor, we're going to place a Patrick Cameron hairpiece into the hair. Pinning this into the ponytail section, it's going to give the hair a nice long fall to start working with. We're now going to section the hair into 6 sections. Using the shorter hair, we're just going to twist the shorter hair in with the longer hair. I'm going to put 3 sections on one side and 3 on the other. The technique for this hairstyle I call sewing. I'm going to sew the hair literally around the scalp. So as I start finishing off with the sections, we're going to start by sewing each of these sections onto the scalp area. With this technique you can really have a lot of fun. The shape can be quite different to the one we're creating now if you wanted to. Take the hair now and start to twist. Now I twist the short pieces in with the long section. Come all the way down towards the end and don't twist tightly, twist quite soft. Start to pull at the twist now just by pinching at the twist to create a very sort of disheveled texture. It's no problem if the shorter bits fall out. Basically, the hairstyle itself is working with the texture of the long piece. Come to the very end. Now take a hair grip, open the grip. Wind the very tails around, roughly about 10 times. Close the hair grip, and now push all of those tails down to the bottom part of the hair grip, the closed end. Now the closed end becomes the front of the hair grip, and use this front to sew through the hair, lifting up the layers of the ponytail base. Simply just sew through. Just gently pull around, don't pull tight, and just place it into the layers itself. Taking now the hair grip, place the hair grip into the base. Again repeating this, twisting out. Once again, do not twist tight. If you twist tightly, you'll find it very difficult to create the texture. Pull gently at the twist, creating this very disheveled feel. Again, come to the very end, take your hair grip, now open the hair grip first, go round and round with the fine tails of the hair, roughly about 10 times again, close the hair grip, and place all the hair to the bottom of the grip. Again, the bottom of the hair grip becomes the first part of the needle that you place in and underneath the hair layers. Again, start to pinch the hair and pull the hair around, just sewing gently. If you're looking at this hairstyle and thinking it's quite difficult perhaps to open later, it's very simple. You simply remove the first hair grip that you were using to sew with, and the hairstyle will literally come out very easily. As we're working with the twists, the first 3 or 4 twists I use to create first of all the shape at the nape of the neck, and then of course the twisted effect around the side of the head. As you can see now, as I start to come around the side of the hair, I'm going to start bringing those twists further around to the front. By taking large sections, I get a beautiful sort of sew-in effect. Taking one of my top pieces now, I'm going to simply twist this out, and we're going to use this to create a little bit of extra shape in the hairstyle. It's very important to use the first pieces of the twist to really create the width of the hairstyle, and then use the last bits of the twist to create the fullness of the hairstyle. It's a little bit like building a house. You need a good foundation before you can start building. And again, just sew it on top of pieces that you've already sewn. You do not have to go back to the scalp again when you're working with the shape. Repeating the same movement on the opposite side. Once again, we're going to take this section very wide around sort of towards the ear region. This technique works beautifully on curly hair. If you have curly hair, you twist it exactly the same, and as you pull, of course, the curls gently start to open up. Again, the same technique of sewing is required by placing the tails around the hair grip. As you can see, by taking large sections of scalp hair, you can really see that the sewing really sort of comes all the way through and underneath the hair of the ponytail base. Using my last twist now just to build a little bit of extra height on the top. Now spray around the hair and just start to tidy up the shape as you're going. We're going to come to the very front of the hair. We're going to release the front area, and what we're going to do is we're going to start twisting the hair very gently. I start twisting at the very front, and then I add the pieces in as I twist back, just small sections at a time. Now start pulling gently on the hair the same way that you were pulling the twists at the back. This is going to give us a beautiful Mohican shape on the very top. Now pin this back into the back shape. Placing your Patrick Cameron section clips just to hold it and prepare the final look. Grip the top area into the back area, and then with the tails, just start to blend those into the back section. As you can see now, this hairstyle is all ready for the red carpet, and really using this texture does give the hairstyle that wow effect.